If you want to learn how to make these tassel earrings, stay tuned. Okay, before we get started, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Okay, so I have my supplies all gathered. So of course we're gonna need wire. So I think I had 24 gauge as the smaller one and 16 gauge as the larger one. If not, it's something similar to that. I'll put a link below as to where I got this spool of leather from. So this is what I'm gonna be using today. These are the different pliers I'm gonna be using today. Of course, we have our two grippers here. We need to have ones that are cutters and one that I can spool my wire around with. I also have this tool that makes it easier for me to spool my wire around and make circles with. Now let's get started. Starting with this thicker wire, I'm going to make the circle where the tassel is going to hang from. If anybody knows what the name of this tool is, put it in the comment section below because I have no idea what it is, but I'm using it here to make this little circle. Boom. I do want to get a bigger one than that because that's the biggest circle I can make. Now I'm going to start spiraling the end. It should start to look like this. I cut off the end there. And I'm going to use my tool to squish down the end so it's not so pointy and it might scratch or catch on something. Now I'm going to start on the top loop where your earring wire is going to go through. Now that we have one done, let's do another. Now let's start on the tassel. I'm going to do it in the weirdest way possible because that's who I am. Now that we have all the tassels in a loop, take your thinnest wire that you have and start wrapping it around the top to keep them all together. After you cut the end, take one of your squeezy tools and squish that end so that it doesn't get attached to your clothing. And there you have it. So now at this point, I'm going to straighten out the ends a little bit because obviously I did this in the most weirdest way possible. So I'm going to straighten out these ends. Pow. So here's our tasseled earring. Well, it's not quite an earring yet. We have to do the earring wire. So I use my really thin wire that I have, the thinnest wire that we have, the same wire we use to wrap the tassels together. We're going to use that to make the earring wire out of. We're going to start with a bottom loop here. And then we're going to attach our earring to that because we're going to close it off after we attach our earring. Now we're going to close that off and wrap the wire around. Notice how I didn't cut that end there? That's going to come in handy later on, so we're going to leave that on. Now we're going to create a bend in it, and then we're going to grab our other loop tool, which is a really huge crochet hook, and we're going to make a circle, and that circle is going to be our earring wire. And it doesn't have to be so exact, but there we go. It's coming together. Now let's cut off that end there. I'm trying to keep it close to where that uncut end is. You see how those two pieces are matching there? They're kind of lining up. That's good. Now I'm going to take these pliers and I'm going to bend the end of that earring wire, the top part, and then I'm going to cut it. Now for that bottom loop here, we're just going to do a little tiny slight bend at the end. Now you can push that end into the other end on end, and it should close. And there you have it. And now you don't have to buy any more earring wire. Yay! And then there were two. I hope this tutorial was easy for you to follow. Not only can you now make your own tassel earrings, but you can also make your earring wire. You don't even have to buy any more earring wire anymore. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video.